to like hold it, and they just got to run, and it's like like a nice roast dinner and a fucking mash like spunking all over the house.
It's amazing what you'll find face to face.
Yeah, so you got a game of life, and it's basically just like you start off as like a person with like $1,000, and then you roll, and then you go through the spaces, and then every so something will happen. You'll get this, or you'll have to pay that. And by the end, it's like whoever has the biggest family and the most money wins.
Like a strategy game.
Yeah, well, it's just like a going through a board game, but like along the way, like things happen.
Right.
And you have like a little person and stuff. But he's got like this updated version that's like got like it's like the student version. So I was like, it says Game of Life on the cover, and it says now with crippling debt.
There's a Cards Against Humanity card, somewhat crippling debt. Isn't there? I'm not. That's a game I always want to play, but there's never enough people to play it with.
Oh, no. Well, this is the thing. When I was with Dan and Jake, Dan was like, Cards Against Humanity. He's like, we need to probably get that. And then I was like,
You need 4 or more people, don't
yeah.
you?
Plus, I was like, Dan, I've played it so much. Like,
Yeah.
I'm bored of it now. Like, I've won it so many times.
Yeah,
Like,
but I'm glad that they keep bringing out new stuff, new cards.
Well, do they? I thought they
there's
just
some
kind
that
of...
I've seen that are new. Even if the old ones still get me. I think Daddy's Brown Sauce is probably the best one.
Yeah. It's just all the Jew-related and World War II ones. They're just the best. Like the Trump cards, Auschwitz, the Jews.
Yeah, landmines. That's
Yeah.
always a good one.
Yeah, so...
Geese? Was it
Geese?
Oh,
Yeah.
then bees with
Bees?
a question mark.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing tonight. But
Cool. I'm going speed training for the first time.
what's that?
So the group that I go running with, instead of just doing laps of the park, which is what they usually do,
Yeah.
they're doing speed training. So you sprint, you fucking just
Is it like intermittent training?
yeah. So you run half a
then-
kilometer, get your
Yeah.
breath back, and sprint it again. Just do like
Oh
I don't
my
know,
god!
I've never done it before, so I don't know how many it's going to be. But
Yeah.
it feels like being back at Blackpool Rangers. Like, I
Oh,
used to
yeah.
hate that. The
Yeah, 'cause
fitness
you got to do it.
weeks.
Haven't like
But it's a good way to sort of shock the system and get better at it. But I'm probably going to snap.
exactly because it's.
I'm
with
going to
anything.
snap.
I'm going to snap. It's with anything in it, if you do like the same thing over and over, it's just
Yeah.
you hit a wall at some point. So you're probably comfortable with running. And I've got a certain amount of stamina now, but if you do that, you're going to be like, whoa,
Yeah.
something new.
Yeah. You do a full marathon tonight. I need to book that. I went to watch the half marathon yesterday. It was on the prom.
Oh yeah, my brother-in-law did it.
All right.
Yeah, I saw on Facebook this morning. My sister put pictures on, like, well done
Yeah.
for doing it.
Shitloads of people are doing it.
How
but-
come you didn't do it? You just didn't sign up for it, or whatever.
Didn't sign up, and I don't know, the weather was shit. I was gonna do. I'm doing the same one I did last year, but this year coming, so it'd be a year in between.
Yeah, oh, that's
So
alright.
in October. See if I can
In October, damn.
get a better time. But my
Oh.
objective is to do a full marathon before I'm 30. But some
Yeah.
people will just book it and then just after like a year of running and then just do alright at it. But I want to build up to it and actually
Yeah.
say that I can do it comfortably. Well, not comfortably.
Well, what's
No one can do a full marathon comfortably.
what's the like? It's a half marathon, the biggest you've done.
Yeah, that's 13 miles.
And you did that last year.
Yeah.
Oh, how long have you been running? Like 2-3 years. Will this be the third year, won't it?
The first part run I did was April 2018, but I've done 43 in nearly 2 years. So it's not been constant. It's been
Yeah.
very on and off.
Jesus.
Saw a picture yesterday. I went looking to find the first picture of part run that I did.
Yeah.
I don't know if I look skinnier or skinnier in a good way or skinnier in a bad way. Like now, I don't know if I put beef on or not. Or like I'm gurning my head off, but I'm
Oh yeah, I remember this picture.
wearing like footy socks and then white socks over the top, like I'm trying to be Fernando Torres. Yeah,
Yeah, no. So that was the first ever one you did?
yeah.
Oh.
And now Brown and Harvey are doing it with me. They did it the last couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, yeah. Harvey mentioned that. It was I saw him the other day. I was getting my hair cut, and then he was like, "I'm going for a run with Sam later," and I was like, "Wow."
You should all do it during summer.
Yeah, I'll be running everywhere in summer. I'll be like driving my car with no roof, and then when it runs out of petrol, I'm like, right, fuck it, just get out and just start running wherever I need to be.
That reminds me of Would You Rather that they asked on Tom Segura's podcast. Would you rather have to run everywhere or shout everything you say? but forever. So like you go into the bog in the night and you've got a fucking sprint.
Dude, that'd be well funny.
But like, how quickly would your body start to break?
No, you get used to it pretty quick. The only thing would be like in small areas, like you said, like in your house, like you get out of bed and like
exactly,
like, run like into the wall and you have to like bounce off. You just have to like.
Or let you pick up your tea from the kitchen, you walk to the lounge, you got to sprint with your tea.
I bet there's someone with like a condition like that, like where it's
probably.
like a form of Tourette's or something, where like I could picture them like they've got the tea and then they're like, for fuck's sake, and then they've got to put the hand on it to like hold it, and they just got to run, and it's like like a nice roast dinner and a fucking mash like spunking all over the house.
No, but like imagine that, like you're going shopping or somewhere, and it's like next, please.
Yeah.
Sorry. Or that other one where where you shout every time. So like you're in the cinema or something. Like, I'm just gonna go to the toilet.
Yeah. Well, that'll definitely be a thing. Is that the rain?
Yeah.
I heard it in the headphones, like through the mic before I even saw it.
Time.
Okay, I knew it was gonna rain today.
Yeah. The thought of another one, a good first half of a would you rather. I need your help to help me finish it. Would you rather have a horse for a pet, but it's a house pet?
Yeah.
So like, or what? So like, imagine you coming down for tea and there's a fucking full-grown horse in your kitchen. Oh, just move, and it keeps trying to kick you. That'd be pretty annoying. But there's no like, you can't just let it free. You have to. Yeah. It has to live its life in your house.
It's a house horse. It's a horse. But yeah, you let it in the back garden and shit. But
yeah, but like you go in bed at night and it just starts booting off in the lounge. Like, oh fuck's sake! Gotta buy another TV now.
What's a good alternative to that? So like a horse in the house, or like like a flock of birds on your house that like attack you as soon as you go outside
every time.
Yeah, like without
flock of birds, mate.
Yeah, like obviously you could just like batter them or like. Yeah, but there's always more there.
It would get annoying.
Yeah, like whenever you leave, just no matter what time, just and you just one just like
bam. You'd find a way to deal with it. All.
Cope with everything. Anyway, cope with anything. Yeah, that's a good one though. And just when like going to sleep and then you just like turn on your side and then you just kind of go on your back and the horse is just over you, like not looking at you. It's just standing. It's just like. And like bit of dribble, just
but like you're proper scared because you don't know what it's gonna do. It starts booting off and like they start. What is it like? Them things in them.
Bucking.
Bucking, yeah. That's it one. Fucking whoa!
Oh god!
Just made a brew for you, nan. Like.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They're fun to think of. Yeah.
Not good with them on the spot though. Like.
No. You need to write them down beforehand.
Yeah.
Spend a lot of time doing it.
Yeah, I'll definitely prepare some more.
So what have you been watching recently?
What have I been watching?
Oh, you said you watched Sonic, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
I'm still quite upset, even though I don't really
Did
care
you
about.
see it or no?
I don't care really much about Sonic because I never really played it.
Yeah.
But I care most about Jim Carrey.
Yeah, he did his best.
Is it what you expected it to be?
No. No, it was worse than I expected, but I was just disappointed because it was aimed at kids, and going in I knew that it was like a PG or whatever, but I was like, maybe they'll put it in that mid ground where it's like
it's verging on a bit of adult humor and stuff.
Yeah, because like the Sonic fan base is all older people.
Yeah, now it is.
Yeah. Like no one under the age of 18 now will be like a Sonic fan.
Well, when did they stop making the games? Like new ones? They just remade old ones?
Well, they're making new ones, but they've been sporadic. They've been every couple, 3 years maybe between them, and like it's literally they're going off their old fan base. So there's no one new. So I was like, well, maybe they won't make it as childish and kiddie, but yeah, it just wasn't. And it was the story. The main thing that annoyed me was the story because it was only an hour and 40 minutes maybe. So I was like, right, it's going to be.
Sequel out now.
Well, yeah, they've set it up for a sequel. Like every.
Is that the annoying part? Do you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, they set it up for like a universe, maybe, because there's some references to like another world that's like full of mushrooms, and it's like have they kind of opened it up to maybe a Mario, like maybe like
they
making a
must have
video game universe type thing.
done. Now they've got the technology, they're just gonna bleed it dry, aren't they?
But
Wouldn't you though?
yeah, no, exactly. Like, but it was just a story. Like, it was so. The one thing when it finished, I compared it to Detective Pikachu,
I've still not seen that.
and that was better. That was a lot. That I was like, that was so much better. I mean, maybe because I like Pokemon more, but still, even the story
yeah,
in that.
it doesn't seem as
And-
much of a kiddies movie.
Yeah, and that was the thing. More happened in it in the Sonic thing. Literally, like he gets discovered, and then he goes on a road trip with the main guy, and then they go like cross country like very quickly. Like that was one thing. It was like, yeah, that just
There's
didn't.
plot holes all over.
Yeah, and then literally got to this place, got this thing he needed, and then that was it. And you saw Jim Carrey came in, and he was at the beginning, and he was like, I've seen the thing, and then he chases him at one bit, and then he's like,
So he's not.
and
in
then
it
he's
a lot.
gone, and then right at the end he's like, he comes back, and then he's like, I was like, "Right, really? Like, there's nothing more. Like, he literally,
Do you think you could have wrote that movie, or like anyone could have wrote it?
someone could have wrote it better, yeah. And that was the thing that annoyed me the most, because they obviously did that big redesign and change, but that they just redesigned his animation. So, and the story was like that from the beginning, which is like, it wasn't like, oh, okay, they had to do all this change and maybe some of the story got cut and stuff. Like, no, like that's how the story was finally, and how it was gonna be before they had to redesign his character. So I was like, just
Fucking.
just bad plot. I was just, yeah. I mean, you should watch it,
Yeah.
but as soon as you watch it, you'll be like, you'll notice straight away. You'll be like, so cliche the way the story goes,
Yeah.
very quick, like nice happy ending, blah blah blah, like all cut
You
together.
forget it straight away, kind of thing.
Yeah, I was like, there was nothing that stuck out. There was nothing that like caught my attention like loads. It's just,
Would it be better pissed?
no,
Oh.
no, literally,
Well,
yeah.
I kind of expected that.
But it, like I said, it was nice to see Jim Carrey again, like
Yeah.
being kind of like Jim Carrey.
Do you know how old he is?
He's like late 40s or 50.
Nearly 60. I think he's 60.
Is he?
60 in 2 years.
He's
Well, a year and a bit.
58.
58.
No way.
He looks pretty good for his age, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, when you in the film he does, but like when you see him in interviews and stuff, he does have like major wrinkles. now,
Yeah,
doesn't he? Yeah.
Wrinkle Central.
Wrinkle Central.
But yeah, he's been through a lot. He's
Mm.
done a lot.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't
What?
seen Cable Guy. Have you seen Cable
Yeah.
Guy?
I watched it 3 or 4 years ago, just to like, because I was going through a phase where I was like, I watched The Mask, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I watched like his old ones,
Yeah.
and I'd never seen Cable Guy. Yeah, I barely remember it though, but it was good.
It was around the Dumb and Dumber time, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was that like 3-4 years in the 90s where he just did like back to back like
Yeah.
smash hits, and like was like the highest paid actor and everything.
Didn't he get like 20 mil to come back for Dumb and Dumber? And then Jeff Daniels got like 5 or something. He got paid a lot more.
Maybe, I don't
I
know
think
if
it's
it's
'cause he
just a
says he-
rumor or
He says he never does sequels though.
yeah.
But-
But he did 3 Dumb and Dumbers, so
Oh yeah. Dumb and Dumber, what was it? 1.5 or something like that.
no, another one was made, which was like a prequel, but it was different actors.
Ah, yes.
But they did Dumb and Dumber, Dumb and Dumber 2, and then whatever the third one was called. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not. Did you watch the Oscars? Or no, read up about it or anything?
No, but I kind of read up about it. But you told me you watched that Parasite, didn't you?
Yeah.
I need to. I watched the review. I watched Jeremy
Yeah.
John's review on it, so I think I might give it a go.
Yeah. It's one of the, like a lot of people that say you have to go into it not knowing a lot, and it's just one of them that by every minute that goes on, you're more and more invested into it
Yeah.
until the end. You're like,
Yeah.
But it's funny as well. Like even if you're reading the subtitles,
yeah.
Like, I found it not difficult, but at times I'd like to read the full subtitle at the bottom, then look up,
Yeah.
and then look down, not just going constantly look at the subtitles
Yeah, I
because
know.
it's annoying.
It's the thing with like foreign media, and I thought like this, and I know a lot of people think like this. Like whenever you see a foreign film, like you just kind of like, no, I don't want to watch it. Like it's not going to be good.
It doesn't appeal to you, does it?
Yeah, because which is bad, but it's
Well,
just
it's
because
not,
we've
it's-
grown up and we're used to the English language being like
Yeah.
the main source of media, and it's our language, first language and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I've seen a few films and like a few like cartoons and anime and stuff in Japanese before, so I'm used to seeing it. But yeah, there was like an old Korean film from ages ago that was like a comedy type one that I absolutely loved, and that was like English subtitles only. And like it was dead funny as well, and you sit there and you're like, in your head you're like, as if it's funny. Like I didn't think it'd be funny. I didn't
exactly.
think these people on the other side of the world could be funny. Like,
Yeah, like they got their own sense of humour.
Yeah.
Like, thought we were the only funny ones.
yeah,
That's
like,
it.
I thought everyone in China was just like a robot.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
but it's
kinda
so
makes you-
naive to think that. But
Kind of makes you a bit pissed off at your own culture. It's like, why are they
Yeah.
not marketing them here?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
So,
good
yeah.
that that's the first non-English film to win Best Picture.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, ever.
Wow. Well, going on from that, last night I actually watched a documentary on Netflix about, it's called like Kung Fu and Iron Fists, and it was basically how Kung Fu films in the 60s going onwards like influenced, like, but how they were made, and then like how they influenced the rest of the world, and it was going through like all of Bruce Lee's films and
Right.
like all this stuff, and that was really good to watch. How, and it was saying like in the 80s in America there was this it's called 42nd Street in New York, where
Yeah,
it was
I've
just
heard
like
of it.
loads of cinemas,
Right.
and back then it was like they were all either like porn or like kung fu films, and
or porn kung fu.
and like and they were just saying how like it influenced so much of like the Western media, and like how all those films are made. It influenced like hip hop when that was coming out. There's a few other things as well, and it was just one of the things that I added to my list, because you know when you're on Netflix and it gives you a little
Yeah.
preview and you're like, oh yeah, I'll add it, and it'd been on there for a couple of months, and I sat down last night and I was like, right, I just wanted to press play, and then I was like, it's already on now, I can't do anything, like kind of just tricked myself,
Yeah.
sat down and
Just
then
like cop the remote away. So you
yeah,
can't-
and then I was just watching it and I was like, this is actually so good.
Yeah.
And obviously they were all like foreign films, like Chinese films and stuff, and a lot of them look so good.
Yeah.
And I was just like, just made me appreciate like other.
Yeah, well, it's kind of, you got to look at it like this. It's kind of our fault, but it's kind of not, because if you imagine you're in Korea, where Parasite's from, they must get American and English films marketed to fuck over there, because it's like Hollywood and all that.
Yeah.
But then no one's ever in Hollywood, very rarely going to go, look at all the latest Korean films that are out.
Yeah.
They only do it for obviously the main big ones,
Yeah.
but like,
And that's
we don't
only
get shown these, so you don't.
yeah. So we're not exposed to it unless we like actively go
Yeah.
out. But the good thing about it winning is that it's gonna open up the doorway
Yeah.
for more things like that.
Or they'll just stop making American films. Like they'll just all move from Korea to
Yeah.
America.
But one thing that was really interesting in this documentary is, so when it's going on about Bruce Lee, he made a film in 1972 with, it was Enter the Dragon, I think, which is the one with Chuck Norris. Or like him and Chuck Norris are
I
in
need
it.
to see them sort of films, because I've never really watched them.
Yeah, you might have seen the fight scene, like a clip of it before. So he does this one with Chuck Norris, and he does that over in China, and it like absolutely blows up. And then he comes back to America and does one, and like Warner Brothers like produce it, and it's the one I saw. I can't remember. Basically, they got Bruce Lee, and then they got two other American actors, because they were like, he won't be able to like hold the film on his own as a
Right.
solo. As just one man, so they got like a black guy who was like a good kung fu guy, and then this American white guy, and that's like one of his best films. And when they made it, just before it was like 2 weeks to release, he went back to China, filmed like this whole other section by himself, and then put that at the beginning of the movie, and it's basically just like him training at this place, and then it sets it up so Bruce Lee's like the main character. So he did that on the sly, and then
Right.
that came out, and it was mint. And then in 1973, like a couple months after that film, he died. So that's when he died.
Was he old?
No, he's late 30s. He had a heart attack or something. It was to do with like medication. So he
Didn't know that. Jesus.
Yeah, so this is it. So he died just before that film was released. So he filmed that stuff, put the film together. It had a couple months before it was going to be released in America. This is his first big film in America, and he dies. Film comes out, absolute success. Everyone's like, Bruce Lee, who's this guy? And he's like, oh, he's just died. From 73 to I think 1980, there were about 6 more films with him in it that came out. So basically, like, he'd had other footage of him that he'd filmed for other films. He'd only done about 20 minutes of footage. And back then they were like, we've got to use it. They'd get 20 minutes of footage and then they'd film around it another hour or so and just release that as a film. And they did that for like 6 more films. And then from the 70s to the 80s, because he died and there was just like this big demand for it, it was so weird. This thing in America happened where they just got people who looked like Bruce Lee and then started making films and called it like Bruce Lie or like
because
this is action
because
star.
people will assume that it's similar to him and they'll go for it.
And literally just played on like the misconception and like this is I didn't know this at all, and I was like, that is mad. Like just because they saw it as a big cash cow,
of course,
and they just milked it. And yeah, but all the stuff with the films where he was actually in, I thought was mental. I was like, literally, he filmed like 15 minutes of footage for a film, and then they just ended up using it and like just building a whole other film around it.
Jesus.
So yeah, that was just something crazy there. So.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, I didn't know he died that young. Was it because he was like on steads or something?
No, I can't remember if it was steroids. I remember reading about it on Wikipedia a while ago, but it was just some general medication. He just overdosed on it.
Shit.
But yeah, he was just an absolute legend. Like I said, he wasn't even 40, I don't think, and he died. Yeah. So.
Jesus. Yeah, that kind of brings me to this topic I wanted to bring up. It's just purely about the older generation and how different they are to us. And you said that, it reminded me of who I found out the other day. My great granddad died at 32 because he had like a few different types of cancers or whatever. But my nan only recently just applied to get his death certificate. Like, you can do it online, like through Ancestry or whatever.
Yeah,
they're all kept somewhere. Like everyone.
I've always wondered about this.
Yeah,
like, where's everyone's like birth certificate and death certificate and like records of?
They're
being
in varieties
alive?
of buildings. Like I think she got it from like St Anne's or something.
Yeah,
they're in like churches and stuff like that.
What?
Mate, and then she got it through, and then there was 2 people with the same name that died on the same day, and she was like, I don't know who it's gonna be. So she went him, and then when she got it through, it had his address, which was where she lived, and it was like, right, okay,
No
for
way.
that. But like
the chances,
little things like that. Now when I asked my grandparents about their parents, just how fucking different it is to now, and like how they moved to Blackpool. I think it was in the late 1800s when everything was being built in Blackpool. I think they lived up in the lakes, but they were like slate miners. So like, right, we're gonna go down and fucking build like all the roofs in Blackpool because it's like an industry booming there. And like, if they didn't do that, then they wouldn't have done that, and they wouldn't have been here. It's like,
I love that. Like when you think about the chance of how everything's played out and how it's led to your life. Even just the fact that I'm alive now, that's always great.
Yeah, you didn't crash on the way.
There's always a great. Is this Stephen? No, not Stephen. Richard Dawkins, a scientist, and.
He was evolution guy, wasn't he?
Yes. In one of his books at the beginning, he talks about like how people take for granted. You remember my song "Heavy Rain"? Yeah.
Do I?
The guy talking in it is him. He's reading the first paragraph of his book,
right?
And it's like, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Like someday we're all gonna die, but that makes us the lucky ones because we were so lucky
to actually have been alive. In the first place.
From like the 1 in 500 million chance of that single sperm.
Yeah,
becoming an egg and becoming sentient and becoming what you are now,
and being alive and healthy when you're young,
and having the chance to like live and just be this
aware
and like all this, and it's like, how dare you like be so selfish to think I don't want to live this life anymore. I don't want to. I'm gonna waste my time. I'm gonna be a burden on other people and bring them down and all that. And it's like, Just
It is. It's people would say it's overthinking it, but it's kind of not. It's the
Yeah,
it's the
no.
opposite. It's simplifying.
it's simplifying it, yeah. Especially when people are like, "Oh, my life's so hard. Like I do this and that." It's like, hang on,
Yeah.
like
There are hard bits, but
just look at what. Just look. You're there, right? And just take a step back and look at yourself and just be like, get that third perspective and be like,
yeah,
what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
just talk to yourself. Like, come here, mate.
yeah. That's when you need them two voices. You need that one that goes, "Oh, it's shit," and the other one goes, "Oh, it's shit."
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like, you always need that one to take the piss out of you and just be like, you know what? Just
fucking grow up.
yeah, grow up. You just need one of them.
I found this yesterday.
Literally doing that like 2 days ago. weren't we?
Exactly. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's one of my favorite things I heard in a podcast was it was Chris Hardwick's one. And he was saying, you know, when people get sad and they get upset about things, but they try and avoid them feelings.
Yeah.
Just let everything happen to you. Let every feeling happen to you, because then it's your body's way of healing and getting back to the
And
where it should
understanding.
be.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the older generation just absolutely baffled me. Like how the difference between our generation now, like we're the first of this sort of technology boom.
Yeah.
There's not going to be as much difference with us and our grandkids than us and our grandparents.
Yeah.
It's like our grandkids will be on iPhones and we'll be on iPhones, and
Yeah.
but our grandparents are like, I still write letters and fucking
Yeah, exactly.
have a milkman.
Yeah. I'm a milkman and I don't have a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought that was mad as well. But I hope it's not like that for us though. Like older generation now, like it must be so hard to live like with all this stuff going around. Like I know they're trying to like live simply, but like to be with the times and to be like technologically invested. I hope it's not that hard for us when we're old. Like I don't want to be old and be like, oh, I don't have a flying car. Like I'm just can't walk outside today because the lava's gonna kill me.
But I won't get one because I'm fucking old and I don't need one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't know, do you? But I don't feel like there's not going to be as much change than there has been. Unless you
Honestly, the past century, like when you just look at it, it's why fucking history's amazing. 'Cause you just
Well, I asked my nan the other day, what did you do when you were younger after work? So we didn't have any TVs, so we just went to the pub and worked at the pub.
worked.
Yeah, and she was
Oh,
like
just-
12 at a pub. There's no fucking rules.
Yeah, it was mad back then.
Yeah.
I remember talking to my grandparents about it once, and they were like, "Oh, when we were teenagers, we used to go around to like down to the local fair, like near where they lived. I'm guessing they had like a fairground or something
like
that was
this
always
Regala.
there. Yeah,
All right, yeah.
some of there was the way they said it. The way they made it sounded like it was always on, or whatever.
Right.
It's like an outdoor amusement place.
Like the one at top of Cleveland's.
Yeah, I guess
It's
like
usually
a
that.
big one of them
Yeah.
basically. And they were like, we should just go down there and just like dance, but like the proper like
Yeah.
not
like-
no yeah, not like us dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like they just used to like dance and just like loiter, I
Yeah.
guess. And I was like, this is so like mad. But
Mm.
we're like you were saying, we're the last generation to kind of get a
bit of both.
a bit of everything. Like when I was younger, like we used to just like ride about on bikes on like your street or like mess about or
Just
like
going for a stones on the road from the beach.
yeah, and just do stupid stuff like that. And then we were so lucky to just kind of go through that gradual.
It is literally like if it was
increase.
any time later, if it was 5 years later, we would have been a lot different.
We would have had iPads in our faces at the age of 8.
Well, like they have that at schools now, in like primary schools, like iPads
No.
and shit. It's like
I know. I remember that big CRT TV. Is it CRT? That big bastard on the wheels.
yeah,
You come in and you play a shitty video that's like
put
grainy.
a
and
video
you'd
in
be
like a video
yeah,
cassette.
the V8,
and-
yeah, VHS. And then you'd be like, I need to wind it back.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What stuff you got to show me then? Yeah, I don't even know what this is. I'm scared.
I just love the randomness of this and just the fact that there's people like this. He's known as the Fart Master.
Oh, God.
trying his hardest to get a fart out. Isn't he?
he's like relaxing his body and
He's like, he's not happy in a minute. He starts to walk around and like, nope, it's not working.
it's in like Spanish, isn't it? From
Yeah.
2011. Jesus Christ.
But like, no, I lie on my side, I think, tapping my belly.
This is like borderline like a weird fetish thing. Like, name Jeff. I just.
It's better the more you watch it because you just ask yourself, why the fuck is he just? He don't even have to be in his boxes. He can be fully clothed and still do it. Like he's just extra weird, isn't he?
You've just
I
reminded
don't know.
me
You've
of.
gone for such an intellectual thing to this.
You just reminded me of.
He tortures on me.
Is it? He always does that. Like, because it's on the fucking thingy screen. It's a note I found from a while ago that Luke. Please don't tell me to delete it. Please don't. I don't think I did. Yes. On YouTube, I'll just open a tab quick. But HJ is all one word. So HJ, the letters, and then freaks, and then just yeah. I'm pretty sure it's this
Channel.
Yeah, go to
Oh,
like.
is that
God
the one?
knows.
I remember this. I remember this because I came home from Subway once and you were playing this.
Yeah,
There's a
probably
guy in
just
heels playing bass.
Just like blazed out of our faces. I think that's a good one. Yeah, I'm not sure. Luke showing me this. God damn it!
You can skip adverts on this computer.
Nice.
It's the dancing. Oh, what was that video? That Pirates of the Caribbean
Oh
one?
my god! You just put Russian Pirates of the Caribbean and it comes on.
Is it still on YouTube?
Yeah, well it's censored now, so you don't see it live.
Yeah, I don't want to see it, but it's just,
Yeah.
that's the whole point of it.
Like the proper good like Japanese songs as
Yeah.
well. It's got proper
Sounds like
slap
very.
bass.
Is that still him?
Yeah, he's got like pure ponytail.
This
Like,
is someone's dad.
I know. When's this from? 2018.
Yeah.
Mate.
Go on, lad. He's so happy.
I know. Look how many bases he's got. I know he's got like a whole. This is his thing that he does. It's mint.
Yeah. I think I know what this is missing from our channel. We've got to start dressing up.
I know. I'll do it.
Yeah. This kind of music as well.
I
Like,
love it. It's proper like anime music.
if this came on at night out, I'd probably like.
Just vibe, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Have I shown you the Dead Mouse bass guitar one?
No. I love slap bass.
Well, you're gonna love this video then.
Yeah, that's mint though.
Yeah. I think 90 seconds is enough of that.
Yeah. We'll blast
I might
it.
have shown you this.
Oh, you did,
Some
but I'll
serious
watch it again.
bass program. I know it wasn't
better.
like it's
Just
all,
every time you
it's
watch it,
all
it gets better.
drone or MIDI sequence and stuff. I would have loved to hear.
This song has got such a special part in my
That
place in my life.
So and some of the way that you program that bass is like technically impossible.
This is so. It makes me so happy.
It reminds me of Daft Punk.
His fingers are like legs.
I know. Oh, I remember like struggling to program this on a MIDI keyboard. You know where you go, because you're doing octaves. Do, 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 do.
Is it
proper-
got like a hammer on where you go right off it then put it?
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's a lower velocity.
Yeah. Like a little.
Yeah. There's a little. It's the hardest bit, mate.
Yeah.
Ding. Remember when we did fucking craft work with a sitar?
We spent so many lessons pissing about with that.
I know, like what we spent our whole lesson like what funny instrument can we use instead of the one we're meant to
When you
get.
Madness, and we got that lad to record it from the air below, and he's like, oh
Yeah. And you had the take where he went to do the high note, didn't you?
Yeah.
And he went, oh. Oh man.
I'll never forget from that lesson. I think you'll probably know what I'm going to start saying, but when we just sat there looking out the window, you know exactly what I'm going to say.
I think I remember. Yeah, go on.
Ash running from his car, but imagine he's running from his car with all his like paperwork or whatever. Imagine he's just running backwards, like.
Whatever we were on that day, I was like, imagine there's a little pond outside
Yeah.
the window. With me. I was like, man, you just see, like, you just hear, oh shit, like crashes into the pond of his car, and then just like gets out and he's like, you alright guys?
Yeah.
Like, and his car's just sinking in the pond.
There's a little son's in the car.
Yeah, and he's like, Jack. Oh shit.
That was the day when the lion and
Oh my god, yeah.
a lot.
Have you been, Coop? Yeah, the plane. Oh no!
Did I show you this?
No. You were on about him the other day, though.
And this new trick I want to show you. I read this week that in the 70s there was a footballer who had this party trick. This is a packet of cigarettes, okay? I'm using fresh air fags, consulate, hoping they don't do any harm. Because you see what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put these cigarettes in my mouth all at once and try and light them.
This bit's pointless for like a half a minute.
You see the little thumbnail.
There's a bit where he does where he looks at the camera and he's like, when the music stops, he's just like,
Oh my god, as if he's actually going for it.
yeah, there's one on the side there. He does alright with. He starts proper dribbling everywhere in a minute. So bad. What's he doing? It's just that noise in it. It's so uncomfortable.
It's the gurn he's having to do
Yeah, no.
to keep them all in.
He's such a knobber, isn't he? Oh. There's a bit where he does that.
He's got like a mouthful of spit.
Oh.
No, but his throat.
Please don't try this at home.
A fucking retard.
His timing's mint.
Yeah. And then.
Oh my god. Oh.
Hello, old man.
Pip, Pip.
I brought you some grapes and shit.
Whatever. I'm allergic to fruit. I've got this intolerance. Like with sweets as well, it affects my behaviour. I've got a note and everything.
So you all right then? Because you like crashed your plane, isn't it? In a field? And you like mashed up your plane and some cows and shit?
You know my legs? You know how many I've always had in that?
Like 2 legs or some shit like that?
Yeah, well, I've only got 1 leg now.
Random.
I know, you should have seen my face when I woke up.
Were you like, oh my god?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, no way. And the doctor's going, we had to take your leg off and all this. And I'm like really stressed out and cussing him bad.
You cussed him up?
Yeah, and he's all like, watch your language. And I'm like, you can't actually stop me cussing because I've got like a hyperactivity disorder.
You've got a note and everything.
And then he says he'll get me a false leg and stuff. And he was really kind and gentle and told me not to worry. Do you know what I said?
Are you gay?
Are you bent, I said, and he's all, no way. And I'm like, are you a batty man or something?
He does sound well bent.
Anyway, so then he said I didn't deserve to be looked after, and he was going to take my false leg and shove it up my arse.
Well, they do that, isn't it, Benders?
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it, though?
Standard.
Oh my god. It's so good. I don't think I've seen that sketch. I've seen like the RAF one though.
Yeah,
before.
there's a few of them, but like I love how that humour is so old now, but it's
That's so good. That still makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Like,
and shit and that.
you're well bent.
Yeah,
I want to talk like that now.
can't mate. I've got a few other things. Anything you want to talk about? I've got a couple more videos and stuff. Episode 10, mate.
Oh no, yeah. The big whopper.
The wig bopper.
No. I don't know how it's gonna go down, but I'm excited.
Yeah, man.
I think we'd have to have like a semicircle kind of thing like this.
Yeah. A half round table.
Yeah, a semicircle. You fucking asshole.
Straight line. Just keep...
But like, we're all facing each other back as heads.
No, we're all facing that way. The camera's that way, and every time we have to lean forward and talk.
A spotlight on each one. Question time.
Big talk.
Yeah. Right, boffins.
Yeah. Leonard! Hopefully soon we're doing a top 10 moments in films.
Oh, okay.
Before that, I want to do top 10 characters to have a pint with, because I still think that's amazing.
Characters to have a pint with.
But
oh
like,
my God.
but they're in character.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
yeah.
you could
It's
pick
not like the
Megatron.
actor.
Like, where is this puny pint? Just, it's like, we need to find the cube. No, we're having a pint. Megatron, mate, sit down. I'll get these in. Sam!
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I watched the first Transformers like last week or like 4 days ago or something like that.
Well, just a bit of the film.
The first one, the whole
right.
first one.
Yes. We're going to try and go to Hoover Dam when we go to America.
Oh God, yeah. I forgot you're still going.
Jump off it, mate.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Let's go to someone who works there. Excuse me, where's Megatron, mate?
Is this Sector 7?
Yeah. Declassified.
Yeah, no.
I think it'd be funny just thinking of the scenarios of like sharing a pint with Theoden, or like there's so many different characters that are funny in their own reason.
I know.
Fucking Palpatine. Come on, mate, cheer up.
This wants to be weirdly specific, like a proper like a cameo character. Like, what's his story?
Yeah. Come here.
I think I've seen a video like that once where it was like top 10 like cameo characters that need their own film or something like that, which was quite good. I cannot remember any of them though.
No.
So
It's fine. Well, anyway, in the top 10 film scenes.
yeah, this is one. Which one is this from? 1, 2, or 3?
I think it's one.
I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
Fucking Dex.
Like, chin off a boat. Just floating down the river.
Fuck.
You alright, dude? No!
I'm a fucking orbit kill.
So go in the boat.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, it's
Class.
pretty good.
It's just the first one I could think of, really. Yeah.
Oh, I'm yawning now. It's only like 20 past 4. The whole rest of the day.
What time do you start work?
9.
9.
9 to 3, please.
What time do you start serving bevs?
9. So the guy came in, and this guy came in at like 3 minutes past 9, and he was like, Bud Light. I was like,
Yeah. Do you want your breakfast with that pint?
yeah.
Jesus.
Literally, the locals, like, I feel bad. That's one thing, like, being old and retired, like, I just don't understand how.
Yeah, some people don't have the money to sort of travel or. Well,
Most
no,
people are alone, I guess, and then just get stuck in the routine of, like,
mm.
going to the pub. Like, because we have locals, and they just come in, like, every day or whatever, and I'm serving them, and then after, like, 2 hours, they're, like, 5 pints deep, and I'm like, imagine being pissed at, like, 11 o'clock in the morning. Like, what do you do the rest of your day?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, it
on.
really baffles me how alcoholics, like, being dependent on alcohol. That's why I know I can never be an alcoholic, because I could not be arsed just always being pissed.
And you couldn't afford it either.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know
well,
what?
not many people can. Like, it fucks you up completely, doesn't it?
I probably could. Well, it's like it goes hand in hand with being not having a job and stuff, doesn't it? It's the effect and the cause
Yeah.
of the rest of your life.
Circle.
Yeah, it all does that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I was like, fuck me, like, you never just want to have a day where you just want to be sober and, like, productive, but then, you know,
Get a bike.
people-
Right.
yeah, just do a wheelie, mate.
Yeah.
Do a wheelie.
Go down some stairs, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he's brought up them being retired. That made me think of this other thing. I watched Russell Howard's program.
Mm.
You know, it's called like Russell Howard's Hour or something now, but
Yeah.
it's basically the same as Good News.
Yeah.
And I really want them to have a full-on Good News show, because at the end of it, you know how he does like a little segment.
Yeah.
about- So this guy who was married to this woman for like 60 years, she unfortunately died of old age or whatever. But when, instead of going into like depression or whatever, when she died, because they used to go dancing and that's how they met, he took up dancing lessons again. And he's in his 70s or whatever. And
Yeah.
he's just passed his grade 1 in ballet.
Nah.
He's a 70-year-old man, and he's like fucking well happy, and he's like
Hell.
just doing it for her kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. You just
But,
need
like-
a purpose.
Yeah. I love shit like that.
Mm.
But they need good news things, because there's always good news, but when you turn the news on, it just pisses people off.
I know. I don't even know where I get my news from anymore. It's like when the news about Caroline Flack
Yeah.
died. I found out the next day from someone at work. Like, I didn't even like I go on Twitter, but I never go on like the search thing. It's always until I've
because
seen something that's
It depends who you follow. Like,
Yeah.
I assume a lot of your Twitter stuff is meme stuff, and you're not gonna
or music. Yeah,
musical
It's
memes.
mostly music stuff. So yeah, but then you can just all it takes is to go on the searching thing and it'll tell you what's trending.
yeah,
but I
yeah.
just never do.
No, I don't either.
Like, I was interested though. It's like, you know, with the fires in Australia,
Yeah.
like after like 2 weeks, like it kind of really died down, and then I was like, well, what's going on there? Like, surely everything's still on fire, but like no one's asked after like 2 weeks,
Yeah,
and
'cause
then
it's-
because it's like old news, like whatever.
But
And they're like coronavirus stuff.
Yeah.
I've not heard anything about that recently.
No, it's still, people are still dying. But
Yeah. Other than the last thing I heard was probably the most important bit. The World Health Organization has deemed it a worldwide like pandemic, so
yeah.
it's like it's going to kill everyone, and
Yeah.
then nothing since then. It's like
yeah. Well, wait until it's kill people to make the news.
yeah, it's like
Fucking bricks.
wait until we have to start wearing fucking hazmat suits and staying indoors,
Yeah.
and then we'll still be watching Love Island at fucking 9 o'clock at night, when everyone in the house is dead from like just everyone shitting each other's like dying from pure virus.
What have you got, mate? Virus, mate.
Yeah, corona, mate. Wait, clink.
Yeah. Well, I thought that the other day. You know, you're saying about bushfires and how everything's just gone to shit now with weather and stuff. I thought, so we've had 2 storms in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What's to say that another one's not going to come around and last for 4 weeks and be 50 times as stronger? No one knows.
Yeah.
You obviously know a bit in advance when they're going to happen, but
Yeah.
we could easily, like, it makes you think how pathetic, not how pathetic, but how insignificant we are compared to
No,
Mother
definitely.
Nature and shit.
It's just fucked. I can imagine that the Australian fires did a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I remember reading it, and it was like more than the size of the UK was on fire, and I was like, I can't comprehend that. I was like, imagine driving to Manchester, the whole way you're there, everything's just on fire, and then I was like, do that 5 times.
Yeah.
No, probably more than that. And I was like, I just can't imagine seeing that much fire. And apparently 1 billion animals died. 1 billion. I was like, a fucking 1 billion. Like,
I bet it stinks. Australia itself now just proper reeks everything.
And I was like, no way that's not done any fucking damage to the earth.
Oh yeah, the amount of gases that have gone up and shit. From
Yeah,
that.
the amount of carbon monoxide from that's probably caused a lot of the storms that are fucking
Yeah.
going around now, to be fair.
Did you see the video that showed how fast wildfire spread?
No.
It was like a dash cam video or whatever. Someone was parked up,
Yeah.
fire on the trees there, and it was dead windy. You could see it blowing about, and then literally like a flashlight, that side was on fire. It's like
Just literally just ignited,
yeah,
yeah.
because of the heat. It's like fucking hell.
Yeah.
They need to come up with like a better way. Well, not need to, but they should look into coming up with a way to deal with that.
It's just, I don't know. It gives me faith though, because like it was sorted and there was a lot of help towards it. Whereas, and the big thing was like, when Notre Dame was on fire, there was like fucking 20 billion euros put into it within like a day.
Yeah.
And it's just a shite building.
Yeah.
Whereas like half the world was on fire, and it was like, come on, everyone, we need to
The
help
continent
Australia.
was on fire.
Like animals are dying. Like there's literally koalas like on fire, and
That fucking.
but the internet, like, oh man, like, can you imagine if that was happening without the internet? Because I saw it all on Twitter.
Yeah,
and,
how would
like,
you know?
There was like people on Twitter like single-handedly raising like. There was one girl who did like she was selling like nudes for everyone who donates. She was like, donate to the.
Set on fire again. So
Again, she was like, everyone who donates to the fund and proves it and DMs me, I'll send you a nude. And she raised like $100,000, like in a week, $100,000. Like, and she just, there you go, all that. That's one person, and I was like, fuck me. That's like that's faith restored in humanity. Like, just these real people doing the business that needs to be.
That should be a company, shouldn't it? Just of fit girls. Whenever there's a crisis, it's just like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
It's like formal babe station, isn't it?
Yeah, fucking babe station. Yeah.
You see that video, ain't you, where that guy rings up babe station and starts asking her what her favourite biscuit is?
Yeah. He cuts back to him. He's just sat there like, yeah, I could hobnob. And then she's like trying not to laugh.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to news, and I fucking hate the way newsreaders speak.
Tonight.
No, it's kind of like that. But then we watched this video the other day, and it's on this YouTube channel. It's like top 10 whatever.
Yeah.
But the guy was so purposely putting that type of voice on.
Yeah.
I'm like, who came up with that voice? Who started doing that? And like, I'm Sam, and I'm sat with Jordan, and we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Just so many peaks and troughs.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you don't need. Nobody talks like that. You're not at the pub and like, I'm just gonna go to the bar to get a pint of beer.
Yeah, it's.
I know it's easy to follow.
It's that like informative, like, you know, when someone's talking like that, they're trying to tell you something important. Whereas if it was someone like oh yeah, like some stuff happened in London today and it was pretty mad, and you just be like, casual. I mean, it would probably work.
I get that it works. That's why they do it, I guess.
Yeah, because it's the
But
news.
it's
It needs to be like to the point, and like that's how it's been made. But the news is biased and fucking shit anyway. So fuck them all.
Well, this is.
The economy's been big news this year, which means there's been lots of economy reports in the news, and they all look and feel kind of the same. But don't worry, you need never watch another one of those again after you've seen this. It's every TV news report on the economy in one, courtesy of generic reporter Emily Surname. She has this report.
A beekeeper tends to his hive, but what these bees can't know is they're being used as an arresting visual metaphor for the economy. The bees represent money, the hive is GDP, and your interest has hopefully been piqued.
Like every economic story, this one is all about numbers. And my hand gestures indicate I'm concerned numbers might be boring television.
It's just that voice.
Fortunately, these numbers
Yeah.
affect ordinary people we can cut to. People wandering around the sort of grey nowhere places where ordinary
These are proper
humans
like
spend
Granada
their days.
reports. So you just
And by
like,
depicting sad people standing silently in front of a wall or sitting too close to each other on a sofa, we can convert those numbers into a human interest story. Dennis and Pamela People are affected by numbers. And since they have a child, you'll empathise with what they say while I nod in their direction.
Well, it's been hard. because of the numbers.
Yeah, it has been hard, mainly because of the numbers.
It's now possible to segue from this shot of a family taken through a door frame in the corridor to these scenes of the financial heart of our capital shot from a helicopter like you're watching The Fucking Apprentice or something.
Everything now indicates that as soon as this piece to camera has finished, we'll have reached the point of the report where numbers take over the entire screen.
And important though they are, they're not compelling enough to stop us cutting to stressed-looking city workers on the telephone, footage of industry, and George Osborne enjoying Downing Street before freezing and being overlaid with a quick bit of Etch-a-Sketch you'll register as information but not quite take in. By now,
so true, though, isn't it?
chances are you've zoned out. So here's some footage of money being made for you to vaguely notice before it's back to me, outside a financial building, saying, so what next?
So what next? Well, it's dark, I'm cold, and as I get slightly slower at the end, all I'm thinking about is going indoors for a Twix. A Twix fewer Britons are now able to afford. You may not understand why, but I have made you sad. And who's to say that's not enough? Emily's surname, Weekly Wipe, Television.
Oh man, that is
Like-
good. That.
I get why they do it for the peaks and troughs or whatever, to
Yeah.
make you hear the right things, but they're not passionate about it. So if you had someone like, we're using a very extreme example, but Alex Jones, if he was
Yeah.
reading the news, you would listen to it. You'd know what's going on. You'd
Listen, everybody.
aliens from outer space.
Yeah. I've seen. You coward. I'll get you, coward. I love that video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fucking the world's on fire. It's alright though.
Be fine, mate.
Just can't wait for summer.
Yes.
I saw.
Was it a video I shared today on Facebook?
No, but
Sorry.
Danny Marlin put a tweet and it was sunny like the other day, and he was like, he literally just put, "This sun is proper getting me excited for the Euros 2020," and I was like,
Did you
"Oh
forget?
my god, I forgot it's the Euros." Yeah, I was like, "Oh my!" I swear it was like another year until like football again.
Right.
The football is
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh my god, this summer we get
Yes, it's
we
gonna be
get
so
them
sick.
them walk about like just pure sun, like go outside because you're drenched with like fucking carling."
Yeah, exactly.
Dry off and then go back in and watch the next half of the game.
And then if Vardy scores, we're in the sea.
Yes, and
But
it's going to
at home,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll happen this year, and we're actually going to just storm the sea, and there's going to be lifeguards and police. And it's going to be mint.
With a boat.
Yep, we'll tip a boat.
Oh, that'll be sick. That.
Yeah,
I kind of forgot as well.
yeah. Literally, I completely forgotten. I was like, because I've not really planned anything this summer other than maybe Creamfields at the end of summer, but like that, May, June, July, August. Oh, that's just going to be. I'm going to be working, and then like I'll finish midday, and I'll be like, just get a crate of fucking Strongbow and go to Gala
Or just take a
Field.
keg from your work.
Yeah, I've like
a few straws.
just dragging it out like, oh, it's broken, mate.
I
Just-
brought it from home. It's my new backpack, mate.
yeah, just put it on.
I just remember what that accent's from. That GTA Geordie thing.
Oh yeah,
Oh no, it's the Rosas.
another day in County Durham.
You said you take me to Primark.
You put the bins out. Oh god, yeah. Summer, I'm ready for that though. So what? When was this number 9 then?
10. Well, 9's the one with Tom that I'm trying to cut through and edit because we were fucking very, very drunk.
Oh yeah,
And
of
talking a
course.
lot of shite.
Yeah. Oh wait, so this is number 10.
Yeah.
I thought the 10 was going to be the big one with everyone.
Well, we've already done that, haven't we? I kind of just,
yeah.
rather than try and organise it, I just, whatever opportunity comes first, I'll just do it then.
Right. Okay. That's why you were on about number 10 before. I thought I was. Right. I'm an idiot.
Well, I could probably delete 9 and put this as 9, but we'll see.
I don't know. Just how it goes.
I'll just try not to offend anyone with what me and
Yeah.
Tom were saying.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But no one
Comb
watches
through
it
that
anyway.
carefully.
Yeah, I know.
I just remembering now, like some of the stuff you sent me and showed me.
Something happens, I swear to God.
You just click like after you've had that final sip of that like third Bud Light,
Yeah.
you're just like, let me talk. let me tell you something.
Listen.
Yeah.
I still can't remember a time where we just didn't drink. Like now, every time I go around, it's just like, we'll have a few drinks. But like,
Yeah.
what we did before it, I don't know. Like, it's just
You
seems,
still had the same amount of fun, didn't you? And did
Yeah.
like the same things pretty much. Just drinking enhances it.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying maybe not to do that every time now. 'Cause
Yeah.
it makes it so harder to edit. But now that I've figured out how to edit, like to record it all properly.
yeah, exactly.
You ever see the ones we did like last 2 years ago before we did any of these on the channel?
I
We did
remember you
like
showed
2
me
or
the
3.
one in the car or something.
Yeah.
where yeah.
But you got to start these things to learn how to get better at 'em.
Yeah. I keep thinking now that every time I say it, because I've been telling people last week, I was like, oh, Monday, I've got such a long day. I was like, working 9-3, and then I've got a podcast, and then I'm seeing like old mates, and then everyone is just always like, a podcast? I'm like, yeah, it's just like a thing now. Like,
what's the thing?
That's what we do. And I'm so happy that like you've made the effort and just getting into it and stuff.
But I think part of it was that I realised it's not whether is it a thing after episode 10, is it a thing after episode 100? Like, just tunnel vision, just get them all out and then just see what happens. Don't just keep refreshing episode 6 and hope
and hoping that one like takes off.
Because we never did that for PPS. We never shared. We didn't share it. We were shit at sharing, weren't we? We'd be like, we'd make a video and then just forget to share it for ages. Then we'd make another one and go, oh yeah, we didn't share that last one, did we? That's probably why it's got no views.
Yeah. And we'd be like, oh, bloody hell. Yeah, I was thinking of PPS before. I don't know why.
41,000 subscribers.
Yeah, they're probably all dead from coronavirus now.
You probably go on it, and about every single one of them is not even a YouTube channel anymore.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was thinking about when you were thinking about something to talk about. Was the PPS video that we started making? But you said that you lost the file for it, didn't you? You know the big like.
Oh yeah, the PPS documentary. I still want to do that, definitely.
Yeah.
It's just, again, you don't know whether it's going to work until you start it. And I feel like if we went at it from a different angle and planned it even more so that the editing was just so simple and we knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
Because we were planning it as we were going, weren't we?
Yeah.
But it's just that folder needs sorting to fuck. Like, you need a good month on that.
Yeah.
But there's so much content there. Like that clip of you were there. It was you, Brown, Finn, and Dom, and it was when you're about to pie Harvey.
Yeah.
All of you look so young on that, and like that's just why we need to do that video, because it is literally
just to show how far we've come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just how much we've changed as well, and how. No, the point is to prove how much we've changed in looks, but how little we've changed in
humour and personality. Yeah. One thing that always gives me the motivation as well is seeing, watching documentaries of people like actors or like, I don't know, famous people, whatever, and it always shows like old footage of them. It was the Kevin Hart documentary. That series.
Yeah, don't fuck this up.
Yeah,
I watched that.
When it always shows like old footage of him when he was younger, and it was like, oh, he was always like messing about.
But just some normal geezer.
Yeah, and I was like, I always thought about myself, I was like, I never have anything like that. Like when I was really young, like my parents never like videoed me or anything. Then I was like, hang on, I've got this. Like we've got all these videos of us like dicking about and like all this behind the scenes stuff. And I was like, that's what made me motivated to make that video, because I was like, I just want it out there. I want that.
Because it's part of you, isn't it? It's obviously we're a little bit different now, but it just perfectly captures what we were like
exactly
at the time.
Yeah, because we want to have it like a documentary, we want to have like a 20-30 minute video, don't we? And we want it to, and like you said,
trailer and everything.
Yeah, once it's there, and then it's like that's our 5-6 years of doing that just summed up. And it's just
but again, do you not think that's closure?
Yeah, closure definitely. But we're both suckers for like nostalgia and just thinking back to like the good days.
Well, that's what I was doing last night. You know, I shared them pictures.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Like that picture you brought in, like I love it. I feel like I'm never in any pictures. I feel like whenever we've ever all done something, I'm always the one taking it, or I'm never there. So like when I'm actually in a picture for something, I love it so much. But
like that's again why I want to do these photo albums that I've got for Christmas. I've got asked for them, and I was like, all the older generations have these photo albums, and like, oh yeah, this is the photo album of the 80s to 81 to 85, or just something like that. And I want to be able to do that.
Yeah,
because they're just pictures like that are lost within so many other shit pictures.
So much other shit. Yeah, like especially online now, like on your Facebook, it's just cluttered in. Whereas when you have it physical, then it's I feel like back then it was probably the other way around, because it was physical and everything was, it got lost in literal clutter.
Yeah.
And then we got technology and it all kind of went down, it got online, but now we've got so much technology that it's all cluttered on there, so people are bringing it back to the reality of physical stuff.
It's like vinyls, they're coming back in.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, I'd love to do that as well, but like I'm so anal with like sorting things, so it would just rack my mind.
Oh yeah, I've spent so much time like trying to sort things out, but then having a different method of sorting it out and going back and changing it all. And so I've got it now, and when I go on my pictures, I've got events, holidays, and then years. Years is where it's split into years, and then months of just random pictures.
Yeah.
And then the events, you go into that, and then it's split into years, and then it's what events are in that year, whether the gigs, comedy, or otherwise.
That's exactly what my hard drive's like. I've got events / trips, and then I've got like school, and then I've got college, and then I've got uni. And then I've got PPS, and then I've just got friends, and the friends one is just like people's houses that I used to take pictures at, like house parties.
Yeah.
And then, and I can't remember what the events trips is like school trips, and then there's one that's like music, and that's just like gigs and stuff. And it's exactly.
But as well as doing this documentary, I really want us to get like a TV show idea, like Impractical Jokers type thing, because every time I watch that, I'm like, oh yeah, they're really fucking funny, they're like the best people ever. But they've been mates since they were high school, and it's effortless for them. Yeah. If we got an idea, like we could do something similar to like our old pranks, but it's like, maybe I've tried to think of this today. I was like, say we not dare each other to do something, but we pick things out of a hat and we have to do it. Then one of us is filming the prank, but then the other one's filming us filming it. Them watching it. And then it's like, say we do an episode, and one episode's 15 minutes. 10 minutes of it's that, and 5 minutes is just skits. Yeah. I was going to say like skits and stuff. Like I'd love something like that. A little episodic show online or whatever that's just really nicely made, and you've got like this, like you said, like an outdoory like prank bit, and then you've got like this nice production bit where we're just talking about stuff, or like doing these nice quality skits. Yeah. And then like, because I just love like just the funny editing of like just making use of like saying something and then doing that or something, and like just like we could do that so much, because we do that when we're just talking anyway.
I know, and just like that's our comedy, and like, I can just see it now.
I tried to explain to my dad the other day. I can't remember what it was, but it was me and you at Dom's house, and it might have been when we were doing Ghetto Blaster or something. And this obviously sounds wrong, so if you're coming in at this point, you know exactly what we're going to say.
Yeah, I didn't know at first, but yeah.
We were just dicking around or whatever, then we ended up near each other, and we just went...
like we were both like we were close to each other, and then there was just a moment of quiet, and I just went... And it was like... It just so plays funny on that, like, that comedy, that like... Oh my god, romantic comedy like quip that's used in films where like two people like, and then it's like they both going for a kiss, but like I went in for a kiss, and you're like, what the fuck? And obviously I didn't do it on like.
No, it was for effect, wasn't it? Like everything we do was for effect.
Like even still, like now I'm amazed that I did that. Like I couldn't be able to think of that now. Like,
but it's when you're in the moment, like the amount of times when we just fucking put each other down. Like one of us was like in the middle of telling a story, we just go.
Yeah.
Well, then they don't want to say it anymore because we've just ruined their moment.
Yeah. Or like when you're trying to say something serious and like people just start like.
Yeah.
Looking down and
even
doing stuff like that.
Like a sixth form, that could be a skit. Like having a mate who's always doing that, and you have to invite him everywhere. He's like, Dave, sorry.
Like.
Yeah.
Forever in my heart.
Yeah. It's a good shoe to shove up there, isn't it?
Just where's he at? What's he doing?
It's inside. I've only just realised. No, it isn't. Looks like grass. Definitely some sort of house party. Yeah. I don't know what I searched to find that. You
started looking for microphones, weren't you? Microphone techniques, and there was just a guy with his shoe
up his ass. That's what you need to know.
Yeah. Is that?
These are in that same month that I found the other pictures that I sent me VPS.
Yeah. Look at Max. He's so like serious.
I know.
Oh my god.
But things like that, look how young we look.
Yeah, I remember that day. We went all the way to Manchester, spent like 40 quid for that one. Oh, yeah. I was like, where was that?
It was anti that.
God. Oh, my God.
But, like, again, with this documentary, we'll have to put, like, text on it as well. And
Yeah, we said we're going to, like, label, like, dates, because that's what I'd love. I'd love to be able to watch that and look from, like, 2011 right up to 2020. And, like, that was, like we said, doing it person to person. So it's like, this is Sam's first clips. Anything of Sam to do with PPS from 2011 right up to now, like 2020. And it could be a clip of you just on your fucking podcast. And it's
Brainwave.
like, and then you're like, wow, I can't believe I've come this far in like everything that I do in my life and like with my friends.
Brainwave.
Yeah.
We'll make it, have it rendered, then we narrate it on the podcast. Not reveal it like, but reveal it as itself as a documentary, but like maybe if bits need context, we'll talk over it, but not show the visuals of us just like us talking over it. And then at the end,
do like an actual
and
like...
then at the end it reveals us sat down here talking.
Yeah.
Something like that, maybe. Because it's sort of like a look at where we are now, or the journey.
Yeah. I would include it in the actual documentary though as well. Like I said, I want right at the end I want all of us together, just for like a small like a video of us like getting a picture. You know, we're all just stood there and we're all like, having banter like. Oh.
And then it goes to slow mo.
Yeah, and then we all get a picture, and then it's just like fade out, and it's like even for the fans.
I think I'd probably cry.
So would I. It'd be fucking mint.
Yeah, well, the fans wouldn't watch it because none of them speak English.
I know, but if any of them do, and they manage to like watch through all of it, and then just see us all at the end, I reckon it would just be like, because if it was someone I loved watching when I was younger, like there is a few people on YouTube, that I've been watching since like 2010, even before then. Like being able to see them like now, if they did something like that, I'd be like straight on it. But yeah, I'm excited for it again now.
Just whatever, because I know last time we started it off with we're doing each music video first, weren't we? Then the pranks, but like I think we should literally just do it chronologically because we like whatever video we film first. Because we started with Monster last time, didn't we? When we started editing it.
Yeah, like I said, I wanted to do chronologically the music videos.
Oh, okay.
That's what we did. Yeah, like so chronologically from Monster to the last music video we did, and then after that it was every individual person.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the rather than it being one
that,
continuous thing, it's in 3 different bits maybe.
Because we had different songs as well, didn't we? So we needed them to like fill that bit, and then for when the song ended, for a new song started. I had it. It was. I don't know.
I've got the document. That's it.
Yeah.
Still.
It was. We'll look over it again, definitely. But yeah.
Well, it's one of them that we have to. Before we start, we have to be aware that it is going to take a while. Like, there's no point rushing it.
Yeah. No.
But like, just can you imagine?
I know.
We need to sort that out. Just getting us all together because we all still live pretty close.
Yeah. What's the thing if it gets to the end of we're making that video and it's like all we need now is that last clip?
Or everyone that is ever involved in them. Like
ever involved, or maybe just the core 8. I think it is 8.
Yeah.
Me, you, Harvey. I can never fucking. Me, you, Harvey, Finn, Dom, Brown, Tom, Max, Elliot. That's 8.
That's 9.
That's 9. But then there's like Danny as well, who would probably come, even though he's not in the actual things that much. But he did help film Monster. Is that all of us out of the group chat?
Yeah.
Me, you, Harvey, Finn, Dom, Brown, Max, and Elliot.
Yeah. 9,
and then obviously there's Tom. I feel like that's the thing. There's so many of us. I always feel like I'm forgetting.
Oh, I've just had a really crazy idea.
Oh.
Try and go to the View and get them to screen it for one night. Pay them.
Oh my god.
Literally, if we could find Lee.
Lee.
Like, look, you remember us.
Alright, guys.
He's the reason. No, we're the reason he is now on crutches. Or you remember that time he wasn't there for a year and he came back and he was on crutches?
And he was. Now he has like a cane at one point.
Yeah,
like a swagger cane, and then he just like lost weight and he's like, don't even need it anymore. I'd want to know what his life's been like.
It's pretty cool, to be fair.
He went from like a big guy to like crippled to absolute stud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I could see us having our own. I say TV show, but that idea has always been put down in my head because it's like, oh, you need it to be on TV. Just put it on YouTube.
Exactly, a YouTube show with like good production.
And then that spot gets seen and then gets put on TV. Like we could call it like, it could be like the new PBS.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we wouldn't go back to the old ways of doing it.
Yeah, and it is us basically.
Yeah.
It's just the new thing of what we're doing. Yeah. I'd be well up for that. I always said, like, if we ever did a music video again or anything, like, I wanted to get outside videographers to, like, video it for us with, like, proper good equipment, and then we can be advisors for the editing, but, like, they do all the editing and stuff like that, and it just comes together really nice. Because I'm still, like... Because I know that's not how the world works. You can't do everything yourself, and I'm really protective over like anything we do. I'm like, I need to be there. I need to like, this is the vision I have for how it's gonna be, and then I'll take. But you know, if you've got someone videoing it, you can't be like, right, give me all files, mate. I'll do it. I'll do it on
fucking camera.
I'll do it on iMovie, mate.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's mean.
Yeah, but that's why I was like, I wanted to film. Well, now that I've seen how they film things properly in TVs, but like, I want to film using that camera, and I want to put my phone next to it and record the audio on my phone. And like, I've thought about all this, but I want to say that I've made something decent on some shit. You know, because people make a lot of shit stuff on decent stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But like, I want to see how it works. But I feel like we could. We've got a tripod.
I think we definitely get a better camera.
I've found the new feature of that tripod. Did you know that you could wind it up and it goes even higher? There's a little lever there.
The one just where it all meets up, or the legs meet up there. No.
Yeah. It was like when I started winding it, it was so like dusty. It's like it's never been done.
Yeah. Oh my god, is it?
Yeah.
Mad. Well,
I think we should wrap it up. I've got to get going soon.
Yeah. It's been a good chat.
Shit chat, mate. One song to round it up. Oh, should we do a song each? Have you got a song?
Do I have a song? That's
not one of your own, mate.
Hey, this is the thing. I've not had any new old songs.
Yeah, that's not just what I expect of you these days. You can do whatever.
I know, but like all the music I listen to at the moment is just mad. What new?
I don't have a song, but I've got something to do with music. How about that?
Yeah, go on then. I'm gonna skip mine because I've just not had anything decent.
I told you, didn't I? went to see Interstellar again at the big IMAX theatre in London.
When
I was in London, it was the end of January, just gone, and I was there.
Right.
I was there for a week, just doing shadowing.
Yeah.
Thingy, and I was looking because the BFI IMAX in London is the biggest screen in the country.
Oh really?
So I was like, I want to go. I was just looking what was on, and it was just 1917, because they only have one screen.
Yeah.
Just 1917 all week. But then on Friday at 8:30 is Interstellar, a special showing. Like,
no way.
Because obviously it's 6 years old now. It was like 18 quid to go.
Yeah.
But I did it. Fucking hell.
Oh my god, I can't imagine that.
I was like 6 rows deep. But it was honestly the biggest and just best experience like ever.
Yeah.
But again, hearing all that sound and the score in the theatre, like, it was just, how did it not win? It didn't win the Oscar for
best picture or best sound.
Best score.
Is it not?
No. But because they used that pipe organ.
Yeah.
But there's several bits of it where I was like nearly tearing up because it's just that fucking good. I don't want the cover. I want. There we go. Shut your mouth.
Shut up.
We went to Temple Church in central London and we set up a mobile recording system.
They really wanted to use the church organ. And I also made the case very strongly for some feeling of religiosity to it, even though the film isn't religious, but that the organ, the architecture of cathedrals and all the rest, they represent mankind's attempt to portray the mystical or the metaphysical, what's beyond us, beyond the realm of the everyday.
Such a good director, like.
Yeah.
The live, real human will always give you this extra piece of magic. And we got plenty of magic in Roger.
Roger Todger.
Roger was this sort of amazing human being that happened to us. This humble man who is just an extraordinary player.
He would play me the sample and said, well, what have you got? And I would give him a selection. He said, oh, that's a little too heavy, or that's a little too bright, or that's a little too harsh. Once he began to realize what the capabilities of this organ were, he began to get more adventurous. And we began to sort of create as we were going, you know, how about this, Hans? Yeah, I like that. That's good, sort of thing. But it's not what he had in mind.
The organ really is a huge, complicated synthesizer. If you think about it, so you have a pipe, and air blows through it, and that makes a sound. And it makes the sound of one pitch. And then if you want to shift color, you add another pipe to it, and you add more pipes. And so it becomes these really very, very complex harmonic structures.
Mental that.
And there was this endless discovery going on for both Chris and me, you know, where Roger would take us through all these different voicings and all these different colors.
You can even go a little darker. Actually, then we should go for this sound.
There's something very human about it because it can only make a sound with air, and it needs to breathe. And on each note, you hear the breath. You hear the exhale.
You feel a human presence in every sound. And I think that was very important to keeping the film about not just the space that we're looking at, but the people in that space.
Man, I forgot how such a good
an
film it
intimacy
was.
as
It's
well
not a
as
film,
massive
it's a
scale.
fucking
Sometimes within
piece of
a few
art.
bars, there's that shift.
Just making it up, isn't he?
Pulling out all the stops, I now know what that expression means for real.
I love it. The fact that that is like categorized in the same media as like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a shit film.
Yeah.
But you know, just like films like that, it's not a film. It's like
it's an achievement.
Yeah, it's such that whole thing is just amazing.
Yeah,
best film ever.
Right. So
I'm good with that. I've got to go to the fucking gym now.
Wait.
Cold. I've got Interstellar soundtrack in my head. I'm just gonna.
Just put that on and you'll just be there, like.
Just gonna try and fly in the gym. I'm just gonna be stood in the middle of the gym, looking in the mirror like. Dun, dun.
You'll start lifting that many weights, a wormhole will appear.
So long, boys.